Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright, in this video I'm just going to be going straight to the point, and I'm going to be mixing my English with Pidgin. So if you are new to this YouTube channel, my name is Melin FX100. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about why most new beginners traders quit and the psychology behind it. So if you're a new beginner trader, stick to this video till the end, and in the end of this video I'm going to be giving you guys a free tip of what helped me to stay consistent as a new beginner trader. Alright, first of all I will start off with what I said. Trading is not actually easy. Trading no easy, you get. So you get your own ups and downs. Sometimes you wake up, you won't even feel motivated. Now here is why new beginners traders quit trading before they even make it. Now number one is it's good to always look out for someone, like look up to someone, like I want to be like this person, I want to be like this person, I want to be like this person. It's good to have dreams, but are your dreams realistic? That's the number one question you need to ask yourself. Is my dream really realistic, or am I really working towards my dream? So I see a lot of new beginners traders trying to make thousands of dollars in just few months. Now you have to understand that trading takes time. Not just trading. Anything in life that you are doing takes time. It takes a lot of time for it to actually manifest. Now come to think of it, if you want to be a lawyer, I think it takes about 9 to 12 years to become a lawyer, a certified lawyer, before the world will know you. If you want to become a doctor, it takes 9 to how many years before you become a lawyer. Accountant, same thing. If you want to be an engineer, same thing. If you want to be a doctor. So you can see that all of those things takes time. But once you come to trading as a new beginner trader, you see those mentors online, flashy cars, flashy house, and you say in the next 3 months, in the next 4 months, I want to be like this. Yeah, it's good to dream, like I want to be like this guy, I want to be like this guy, but that is only putting you under pressure. Now the psychology behind why new traders quit before it's pressure. They are setting unrealistic goal, and when they don't meet up to that target, they'll feel like, oh, I don't fail this thing, or I have failed. They now blame it on themselves, that I'm not actually worth achieving this thing. It's better I just quit. And here is the part. Once you start every new thing and once it gets harder, you quit, you're only setting up yourself for failure. Because every time you set a new goal and once it gets harder, you quit, you go to another thing, you are only going to be moving from point A to B, from point B to C, till before you eventually know it, 10 years don't pass, 15 years don't pass. So as a new beginner trader, I want to advise you to remove yourself under pressure. Yeah, it's good to dream, I want to be like this guy. All those flashy mentors that you see online, some of them are faking it. You get, some of them are faking it. Some of them are actually making the money. Now the question you should ask yourself is, wetin dey make them make that money? Why are they making that money? What's the real secret behind it? What's their strategy? What's their method? Now that's what you should be asking as a new beginner trader. I'm not saying you shouldn't dream about being a millionaire in trading. Yeah, it's good. Even me, I want to be a millionaire in trading. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. I remember 3 years ago I was working at a site earning just 2,000 naira. I will upload my picture right here. You can see me right here. I was literally begging for money, you get. But now I'm not begging for money, but I'm not where I want to be, but I'm still living okay. So you get. So you shouldn't put pressure on yourself. Once you start putting that pressure on yourself, you create this unrealistic expectation. You get. You're setting yourself for failure. So you shouldn't pressure yourself. Don't pressure yourself at all. Okay, today you enter trade, you hit stop loss, fine, move on. Don't overthink about it. I told you guys a story. I deposited 5,000, 2,000 the first day. I traded gold, and when that 2,000 went to 30,000, I exited that trade, but my target was 150,000. I exited that trade at 30,000. I comot for the trade, being say I dey fear. You get? I was holding that in mind, saying if I catch another trade, I'm not going to exit it, like I no go comot. You get? So I caught another trade. I deposited 7,000. I caught a trade. The trade was moving. It was already 46,000 plus my 7,000. That's my equity was raising over 50,000 plus. But I was holding the other. I said to myself, the last time I closed the other trade, it went up, so this time I'm not going to close. Guess what? Market reversed and it stopped me out. I lost the 46,000 and I lost my initial capital. So that was pressure. If I have just said, okay, I will just take this 50,000 and move on to the next trade, I would have removed that money and maybe help myself with one or two. But I head on to the past trades. That's what I said. As a new beginner trader, one trade doesn't define you, but thousands of trades does. I was holding into the past trade grudges and it led me to losing the second one and I lost my capital. So what am I trying to say here? If you are a new beginner trader, you should remove pressure out of yourself. Now, here is how to rewire your brain to start removing yourself from pressure. This is the simplest way where you fit comot yourself from pressure. Now, you have to assume that you're already rich. Now, I know you so many of you will say, why will I assume that I'm rich when I'm not rich? Yes, that's the mentality you have. That's why you are not making it. Now, let's take those traders you see online, those mentors. They don't. I know so many of you trade up to 1 to 20 RR. Now, that doesn't matter to them. All they are looking for, they are thinking in percentage. Now, I was looking at RR from that 7,000 trade. Imagine turning 7,000 to over 46,000. That's almost 555%. But because I was looking at, now 7,000 now and it's 46,000, I was looking at the 100k. That was an unrealistic plan. But guess what? Market stopped me out and then went to my initial direction that I've anticipated. Now, if to say I closed that trade, if I have closed that trade, I would have waited for another confirmation and still take that trade. Now, those traders you see online, they don't think about RR. They are all in percentage. Now, imagine having $1 million account. You just need 2% for the month and you are good to go. Just 2% for the month. So if you want to remove yourself out of pressure, don't think about I want to make 12 RR. Just say I want to be making in percentage. That will help reduce the pressure, because sometimes our risk to reward is unrealistic and it tends to keep holding it, hoping for the market to reverse and go to your favor, and in the end it doesn't work that way. Now, the number 2 thing is set realistic goals. So many of us have unrealistic goals. Like for me, I'll keep using myself as an example. I was unrealistic with my goal. Yeah, the goal was achievable, but at that moment I was unrealistic. Why was I unrealistic? Because of the last trade. So many of us make decisions due to our past experience, and that's what is affecting us. So as a new beginner trader, you shouldn't hold because you took the last trade and it was a loss, doesn't mean your next trade will be a loss. So you have to still stick to your risk management and keep pushing. That's the number 2 thing. Set realistic goals. And how do you do that? You have to remove pressure from yourself. Let's take for example, you were risking 2%. You can reduce it to 1%. Then say, okay, your risk to reward was 1:10. You can say, okay, I'm going to reduce my risk to reward to 1:2. And over time you will see that you actually doing something. You can actually make it, because some of the times, most of us, strategy is not the problem. Like for me, strategy is not my problem, but what? Trade management is my problem. And how do I manage my trade? I found myself doing this same mistake, and I've wrote it down on my journal, and I've seen that I have improved. Trading a prop firm account is good. You can start with that. And I also lost 300 prop firm accounts due to this same thing. On under 1 week I lost 3 funded profit. I'm not talking about evaluation. I said funded accounts. So as a trader, you don't need to put yourself in a state where your goals are unrealistic. There needs to be realistic. Forget about all those mentors online. You are comparing your 1 step to someone else's 10 step, 12 steps. That's why you keep failing. So set your goals to be realistic rather. Set your goals to be realistic. Now, but third thing is, stop comparing yourself to others. So many of us compare ourselves to others because your friend got this thing, I want to get it, and you start putting yourself under pressure. Once you compare yourself, you're setting yourself to be unrealistic and you're putting yourself under pressure. So you should stop comparing yourself with others. Now, I'm not saying trading is easier. Trading is not easy. It's not really easy at all. Trading is not actually easy, right? So that's why, as a new beginner trader, I advise you have a community of a like-minded traders like you. That's why I've created my Telegram community channel, where I share my exact trade signals, and also we communicate as traders and we go live, share trade ideas and all of that. Link will be in the description, or you can check my bio to join my Telegram channel. So what am I trying to say? No put pressure for yourself, guy. No put pressure for yourself. Forget about those mentors. Focus on yourself. Trading is a personal journey. You get? Even if I teach you my strategy, I no go teach you my experience. You have to have your own experience. Even if I teach you tell you my own experience, you no go really experience am the way me I experience am. Even if I should tell you my experience, you're not going to feel the same way I feel. You have to have your own experience. Trading is a personal journey. You have to have that in mind. You get? So don't put yourself under pressure or anything that, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not this, I'm not that. If you're saying that, you're only setting up yourself for failure. Because once you are not having a clear mind, once you come to the chart, you'll be seeing another thing. You get? If you don't already set up your mind, say I won't be this. If you come the chart, wetin you suppose analyze, you no go analyze am based on say you dey think. Now after the trade don play out wrongly, you go say, na this thing I no do. Why? Because your mind was not there. Trading is a personal journey, guy. Not allow anybody pressure you. You get? Forget about all those mentors they see online. Yeah, it's good to look up to someone, say I won't be like this person, I won't be like this person. What you should be thinking of is how this person get there, make you too dey follow that step. You get? Instead of comparing yourself. Comparison na dey key pass, and e dey steal joy. You get that kind of thing. So don't be comparing yourself, and don't put pressure under yourself saying I need to make. It can take you, if it take me 2 years, 10 years to even become profitable, if it take you 5 months, all of us no dey the same. You get? The steps no dey the same. The steps are not the same. What takes Mr. B 2 years to achieve might actually take you 15-20 years. It doesn't mean you are a bad trader, or you are not blessed, or you are not profitable, or you don't know what you are doing. That's just it. So no dey put pressure for yourself, say this one, that one. You get? So I just said I should make this video and just share out my thoughts. I'm not going to edit this video. I will just post it like that. You get? So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and join my Telegram channel. Link will be in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. As usual, stay sharp and stay disciplined. Keep it consistent. No pressure at all. Thank you guys for watching.